Okay, so hi. Welcome back. So today I was thinking of doing like a how to stay organized for study while at home. So I'm sure like a lot of people, I had to leave my university accommodation and I've had to move back home, which is really hard and different compared to my usual study routine. I normally like study in the library, and yeah, there's just been so much change with like uni going online and stuff as well. So I thought I'd like do a video of the things I've been doing to try and like stay productive. And obviously there's been like a lot of change in my routine, but those changes that I've made that can keep me like on track to get like good grades still, and hopefully like this semester will be all right. Okay, so tip number one is have a dedicated study space. So for me, my desk is in my bedroom, as like I'm sure for a lot of people, but I think it's really important to have a desk and a comfortable chair that you're willing to sit in for like long periods of time, because that's the reality of spending days studying or watching lectures online. Like you're going to be sitting a lot, and so I think it's important to have a really comfortable workspace where you feel happy and feel like you've got like positive vibes going on. So for me, I just brought like the essentials home, like my books that I needed, paper, my laptop and stuff. And then I kind of just went around the house and like picked up different things that were going to add to my desk aesthetic and just make it feel more like it did when I was at college. So I feel more comfortable in my space and it's how I'm used to it. Say just like, and I've added like desk lamps and all my chargers are set up, and just the little things I think make a really big difference into making it feel like it's really your space. So in this like new environment or somewhere that you haven't really lived in or studied for a while, I think it's good to like establish your space and make it feel like your own and just have like positive energies there. Okay, tip number two is to organize and divide your work. So for me, I have individual folders for each subject, and they're like color coded, pattern coded. So I know which one is for each subject, and especially when you don't have like your usual drawers and folders and binders and stuff, just one like easy paper folder. It has everything I need for this subject in it, and it just keeps it all organized while I don't have like the full storage facilities that I would normally have. I had to fly here back to Sydney, so yeah, I couldn't bring everything. So these folders were really great, and I've got like palm cards in them and like a notebook and just some loose paper as well, like all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I got a book collection folder and I put all my folders in there. So it was kind of like what a binder or like a document holder would do, because I just don't have that at home anymore and I couldn't bring them back on the plane. So I feel like you just have to make do with what you've got, and like this feels like a really good setup for me, and I've been able to add like little touches, like I put some hair clips on it because often I need to put my fringe out of my face when I'm studying and stuff. So just those little things make a really big difference. Tip number three is keep your space clean. At every night when I'm finished studying for the day, I clean up my desk so it's ready for the next day. I don't want paper lying around and stuff. I put them back in the folders. I put everything back in the space that they belong, so stuff isn't lying out everywhere. And then so when I come back to the desk the next morning when I'm ready to study again, it just feels good walking in there. Like it's the same when you walk into your bedroom. Like no one wants to walk into a messy room. And so for me, having a clean desk, a clean workspace makes me feel more motivated to do work. Also, it gives you one less thing to procrastinate about in the morning when you're getting started. You don't have to clean your desk. So that's a perk too. Tip number four is have your workspace separate from your rest space. So for me, like my desk is in my bedroom, but I don't study on my bed because my bed is my rest space and my relaxation space, and my desk is my workspace. If I want to take a break from studying and I want to watch like Netflix or YouTube or whatever, I take my laptop and I go to my bed, because that is where I take my breaks and I relax. And so I used to suffer with insomnia, so that was something that I learned through that by separating your study from your sleep, it becomes much easier to fall asleep, because your brain knows that when you're in bed, bed is for sleeping. Whereas I used to just study in my bed and then I'd be ready to go to bed and my brain would think that I'm studying because that's what I did in my bed. So yeah, I guess it's kind of just like a little mind game you play on your brain of separating your workspaces. So when I'm finished my work for the day, I'll get my laptop, I'll get headphones, whatever, and I'll just sit in the living room like with family or whatever. Even if you're like still on your laptop, like watching videos or listening to music or whatever, I think just being in the same room, in the same space as your family is a really important part of your day. And I think especially in a time where we're so isolated and we really lack a lot of like one-on-one human interaction, I think being able to spend moments with the people that you live with is really important, and putting aside time for that every day. Tip number 5 is make physical lists. So I get these little post-it notes and I make a list of everything that's like in my brain, like, oh, I need to do this, like I have lectures in here, I have tutorials that I need to do, and then when I do them, I just cross them out, and that physical feeling of crossing it out feels so good. It feels like you really accomplished something, and it makes me feel more motivated. It makes me feel good to keep going and that I've actually done something. And I try and break everything in the list to like small achievable goals every day. Like rather than saying do this assignment, I'll be like, do question 1 of the assignment, or attempt this part, have a go at, like, I just try and make it more achievable goals, so at the end of every day I feel like I've done something. But for me, I don't do like a daily list because I just have so much stuff that I need to do over these next 2 weeks because I'm on break. I just wrote down everything that I have to do at the moment, and then slowly every day I'm crossing it off, and then I've just been adding new things, and I need to start a new list, and I'll just like rewrite stuff. And yeah, that's just what works for me. So yeah, making lists and getting all the things that you have to do out of your brain and onto paper, and especially with like sleep and trying to relax, like that will help a lot, because you don't have all these things in your head that you're thinking about, because once you've written them down, like they're not going anywhere. And I do the same actually for like activities other than studying. So if I'm bored, I'll write a list of all the things that I can do, or like productive things that I need to do. Say like, I'll say, oh, I want to paint my nails again, and I'll put that on my like bored but still productive list. Or like go for a walk. I like to have a list of those things, so I'm not just sitting around all day feeling like I have nothing to do. At least I have things that I can do when I'm not studying that make me still feel good and productive. But at the same time, like, you don't have to be productive all the time. Like, I think I used to put a lot of pressure on myself of like, you have to always be doing something that has purpose and will like benefit you in the long run. But I think sometimes just taking a break and like spending an entire day watching Netflix, like that has benefit to you. It improves your mental health. It makes you feel more relaxed. And then I find when I take like rest days or like complete days off, I have so much more energy the next day to continue. So yeah, I'd put that on my list. Chill, watch TV. Or like puzzles. I am obsessed with puzzles. I will do a puzzle any day, but I cannot get my hands on any at the moment because all the stores are closed, so I'm like detoxing from puzzles. Yeah, cool. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.